Okay, part 2 is going to be about adding a little bit more details. You can either do that with Sharpie or you could do it with your marker, okay? When you put water in the marker, it kind of dilutes it, so you can use that same color marker to give yourself some details, okay? So, whichever way you want them to go. Maybe in the middle you've got some seeds with some black dots, okay? You can do angles, you can make things stick out. Whatever you do, remember you're repeating your lines, repeating your shapes, and that is an element of design, okay? So maybe after everything is dry, I could just keep going and going and going. Honestly, I would never have to stop, maybe until I ran out of space. And I really like this style of art. There is no wrong answer. Okay. Overlapping in layers, that's one of my favorite things to do. It doesn't even have to match what is underneath the line. And I could have done this first. I could have completely done all the black lines first and then gone over them with watercolor. And I can still do that. I could actually take some paint and I can make it really dark or light, whatever I wanted to do. I could paint lines instead of draw them. There's so many things that you can do. Remember the plastic bag. I could do something with that too. Maybe I'll do that here in a second. The only thing I caution you against is putting any kind of marker on a wet surface. So always make sure that your markers are drawing on a wet, dry surface. Dry surface. I'm going to add some more flowers, and these are going to be behind the first flowers to really fill up my page. Okay. Your flowers can go off the page. I want to really encourage you to really fill your paper like we do in class. Make sure there's very little background. You can't even see that flower, can we? Okay, so maybe I put some more leaf designs. Details. All right, let's go back to this flower over here. And that red watercolor is kind of cool because it gives me a different value of color, which is kind of cool. Remember, very little water, more paint, less water. You can always have a paper towel handy if you get too much and you get a puddle. You can kind of dab that off. Sometimes it gives you a little texture too. I think I'm going to do something here. I'm going to put some orange marker in there. I got a little red from my watercolor. And then I'm just going to kind of paint and overlap these, and I get this really cool reddish yellow, or I'm sorry, reddish orange color. That's kind of cool. I'm going to do that again. Let's do some blue. Just applying some blue in there. And then I'm going to use a purple, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle in my paint. Dip my toe in for a little bit, added water just to give it some fluidity. Oh, beautiful. Look how pretty that is. And I kind of like it how some areas are darker blue, some areas are darker purple. And that's what a flower is. It has those different ranges of colors. I'm going to add a couple of little more blues here, and I'm going to let those dry. When you put more water in, you get a lighter color. Now I've got a little puddle there, so I'm going to go ahead and tap that. I'm going to go ahead and just leave it like that. That looks kind of neat. All right, so there's my second part of my flower. Ooh, the blue and the pink look good. Okay, I'm gonna let this dry and we'll be back.